Gary, Indiana has not had power in over a week, so I googled Gary, Indiana to see how long it would take me to find the news. It wasn't the first thing that popped up. It wasn't the second thing that popped up. It wasn't the third thing that popped up. It wasn't the fourth thing that popped up. And after all that, here it is, the first thing I see about what's going on in Gary, Indiana. And since Google is clearly struggling to give us the facts, I wanted to give one of my own. 76.2% of Gary, Indiana is black, according to the U.S. Census. Do whatever you want to do with that information. I'm just giving you the facts.
If you didn't know, 90% of Northwest Indiana has been without power for well over a week, including Gary, Indiana, which is nearly 80% black in population. This would be a great time for Americans' tax dollars to be working in their favor. You know, because during natural disasters, the National Guard can be deployed to help with clearing debris and trees that got knocked down. Instead, they're over here in D.C. by the thousands, profiling black kids in metro stations. Oh, y'all thought they was just spending billions of dollars on these people to be here and take pictures of tourists? And speaking of tax dollars, remember when y'all kept saying that Isn't Real had nothing to do with us and that we should focus on what's going on at home while simultaneously mimicking anti-science right-wing Republican talking points, because we know that war impacts climate change and the environment. And even when it's not war and we've allowed another nation to defend itself by dropping bombs on people in Palestine, those have ripple effects that meet you right back at home. And while Americans in Maui and Altadena, North City and St. Louis, Appalachia, and Northwestern Indiana are standing in food pantry lines, the tax money that you're giving that's supposed to cycle back to your very own neighborhood is going overseas.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be covering Indiana blackouts. So if you didn't know, in Gary, Indiana, they are having blackouts currently. And I'm not really see that it's being covered on the news. So I'm here to talk about it. Let's get into the videos, and if you haven't already, make sure and like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the videos.
When a city has to open an oxygen refill station because people have been without electricity for nearly a week, that outage is no longer just an inconvenience. It is a healthcare access emergency. On August 11th, a derecho slammed Gary, Indiana with winds reaching 99 miles per hour. About 36,000 Gary Electric customers initially lost power, and 6 days later, Capital B Gary reported roughly 30,000 were still without it. So across NIPSCO's larger Northwest Indiana service territory, tens of thousands remain without electricity even today. And now we are beginning to see what prolonged power loss means for health. On August 17th, Gary opened a medical oxygen refill station at Indiana University Northwest, specifically for home oxygen patients affected by the storms. Gary Fire Chief Larry Tillman told CBS Chicago that crews had also been responding to numerous downed trees, gas odors, and generator fires. ABC 7 spoke with one Gary woman who had been without electricity for 6 days while caring for her paralyzed son. Another resident with neuropathy described struggling to get around and obtain a generator. Some residents using private wells lost running water because their electric pumps could not operate. Healthcare facilities are affected too. Methodist Hospital says that power has been restored at its North Lake and South Lake hospitals, while its latest publicly indexed notice still says that the Mid Lake campus remained without utility power. Franciscan Health also announced temporary closures affecting Northwest Indiana physician offices and express care locations because of the outages. Paula Plabansky, who's 58, was killed in Gary when storm-blown roofing material struck her. Her death was caused by the storm, not the subsequent outage. And while Indiana officials have connected at least 7 deaths statewide to this broader storm emergency, that is not the same as 7 deaths from power loss. What we can ask is why, after days without power and the creation of an oxygen station, nobody appears to be publicly counting the health consequences, because electricity is healthcare infrastructure too.
Gary, Indiana has been without power for a week now, and the reason why you haven't heard about it is because It's only black people damn near in Gary, Indiana. Majority of people there are black. You know what I'm saying? 100,000 people in Indiana overall that have been without power because of a crazy storm that happened there recently. And nobody's talking about it. The media is not talking about it. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I can't help but think that if the data centers weren't there, you know, like it wouldn't be as big as a problem. They would have had power a little bit earlier. But since like the data centers are putting such a toll on these people's, you know what I'm saying, power grids, I feel like it's delaying the power getting turned back on. Amazon has an AI data center up there in northwestern Indiana that costs $15 billion and it spans across 1,200 acres. And you can't tell me that this doesn't have an effect on them and why they're not able to get power up as quickly as they should. Because I guarantee that data center is most likely up and running. Guarantee it, bro. And this is just with like 20, I think it's like 23 data centers in Indiana. And I'm pretty sure that there's like 120 something that are going to be built. So it's sad to see, man. If you can, spread the word about this, make your own videos about this. More people need to be talking about this. More people need to be sharing stories about what's going on in Gary, Indiana.
As I'm sure you didn't hear, because the media is not talking about it whatsoever, the towns of Gary and Maryville, Indiana have been completely without electricity in a total citywide blackout for over a week. This is in response to what is perceived to be one of the largest and most unprecedented waves of storms ever to hit this region of the country. These storms were so historic, they have completely devastated the entire power grid, all power infrastructure in Gary and Maryville, as well as the surrounding areas. Tens of thousands of people without power, with no estimated timeline on when this power is going to return. Individuals living inside Gary have already begun the process of taking to social media to let their fellow Americans know within 1 week of the blackout, individuals have started to burglarize, assault, and loot inside of these towns. Numerous burglaries have already been reported, carjackings are happening, many individuals are being held at gunpoint simply trying to find a light source in their own vehicle. Now, with Iran continuing to threaten attacks on America's electrical infrastructure, I feel this is indicative of what many areas in America may come to find over the next few months if this conflict in the Middle East does not stop. Additionally, it is very important to the people in Gary and Maryville and the surrounding areas that the American public knows about the devastating tragedy they are currently experiencing. Additional loss of life is expected as individuals do not have electricity, cannot charge their phones, cannot call 911 for help, are forced to navigate total darkness with flashlights and candlelight. Residents have even gone as far as to describe this situation as what appears to be apocalyptic in the region. Share this video with your people so they understand what's going on in our country. And as always, prepare yourself, protect yourself, and don't tell nobody about it.
My name's Aja, and I'm in a blackout, one of the worst ever for Indiana, and we're going on about a motherfucking week. So come get ready with me as I go in my house, load my fucking pew-pew because people are robbing people for generators, and put new batteries in my flashlight as we navigate the fucking apocalypse. This is my dog Carter, by the way. As you can see, little and not able to bite a fucking thing. All right, for starters, we got the Walmart special. I went and bought 3 lanterns that all take batteries, and they come with batteries, so I don't have to buy any more, but I do have extra because I don't trust myself with candles, and it is pitch black dark. How dark, one might ask? Well, let me show you. This is how dark it is. And I'm in my car. Notable haul number 2. I have a battery set that I've already opened because I'm terrified to go in my house. But unfortunately, this is what we have to do because I no longer can afford to keep staying in hotels. And I also have no signal, so that's great. Now, before I go outside of my car to make sure my fucking doors are locked, because again, people are breaking into cars, houses, and stealing whatever they can get their fucking hands on, I'm going to make sure I have batteries in my flashlight. Now, one thing that I want to make abundantly clear... Yeah, I need to hurry up. One thing I want to make abundantly clear is the longer you stay your monkey ass in the car, the more chance you have of somebody running up and pistol whipping you. So you gotta hurry the fuck up. Oh my god, I didn't put the batteries in, right? We've got action. So my next step is going to be grab everything I can, get in the fucking house, and then get the batteries in my lantern using, why is this flashing? Using just this and my little one here, and then I'm gonna call y'all back.
I live in Gary, Indiana. but it's been over 240,000 people without power. No lights, no Wi-Fi, can't charge your phone. It's women taking cold showers. Everybody refrigerators off. It's restaurants closed. My neighbor's been barbecuing meat every night, and his kids outside playing, having fun as fuck in the dark because there's no school. I'm sure y'all been getting that foul smell. I've been smelling in my kitchen though, so I decided to clean the fuck up. I'm washing my refrigerator out, and since it's off, I'm gonna let it air out until the power back on. We've been without power for like 5-6 days now. And who the fuck shot at NIPSCO? And why is somebody going around throwing shit on people? And I know y'all heard about that person that had that damn TV in the McDonald's this morning playing a video game. They said all the liquor stores packed. They say some people got power and some don't. And then they talking about the mayor. But listen, he only one person. So y'all clean them damn trees up y'allself. Hopefully the elder's safe. And anybody that's on medication or machine still good. And all the kids that got illnesses get well. We've been outside every night. But mom always said make sure the house clean first. Mentally, I'm peaceful. I'm healed. I'm fasting. I'm praying. And I'm appreciative of the things I now realize are privileges. And at night, I relax. It's still no power. But I got boxes on. One sock halfway off. I use my tripod to make a lamp for me while I read a book. I'm finna scroll TikTok and Instagram right now, though. Time for some sleep.
Yo, my 71-year-old father and my 68-year-old mother have been without power for the last 7 days because they live in Gary, Indiana, and the entire city is literally in the Stone Age right now because there is no power, no electricity, no gas stations. There are trees out in the street, giant trees. There was an immense, huge tornado that killed the power everywhere, not just in Gary, Indiana, but the entire county, the entire Northwest Indiana. Let me tell you something. I have the privilege of living in Los Angeles, California. If the entire Los Angeles County, we're talking about Compton, Malibu, Hollywood, if all of that had no power, it's all you would hear about. That's all. If the entire metropolitan New York area did not have power right now, there would be nothing else you would be hearing about. But because this is an area with primarily black and brown folk, you barely even know about this. And so right now they're trying to get power back, but they're even telling people, and I have personal record of calling my friends and family that still live there, that they're not going to have power until September 12th, largely in part because the company that is over the power, NIPSCO, doesn't even want, they're not prioritizing the poor areas right now. They're not prioritizing Gary, Indiana. Many of the white areas now have power. Not to make this a racial thing, but it's a racial thing. And it's a real deep thing that needs to be addressed. So please share this video. Please share awareness of the fact that we're in a literal national crisis right now, but because it's centralized in a black and brown area, you basically know nothing about it. I'm talking about there's one road in and one road out to basically every neighborhood because there are just trees in the street. There's no way to get around it. There's a live wire power line in my parents' backyard right now from a transformer where if they go touch the grass, they could get shocked and die from a live transformer that's just in their backyard. That's happening right now in real time to my actual parents. You dig what I'm saying? Like, people are fighting over generators. There is no gas. There are no gas stations. People have to leave to go to the next city to get gas. Not the next city, because the whole county, like to Chicago to go get gas. It's a national crisis. Please share this video. Please talk about this because they need to send in the National Guard. They need to do whatever to help NIPSCO bring power to these people so that they are not living off the power grid. It's the wells are cut off because water wells have switches that are necessary because of power. Please spread this video. Please spread awareness. This is deeply necessary. I appreciate you. I love you.
Good morning, America. So Gary, Indiana, all of Northwest Indiana is now on day 7, no power. Of course, by 7 days of no power, it's only so much gas you could put into a generator within 7 days. Especially when you have not gone to work in 7 days. You have not made any money in 7 days. You have only been in survival mode for 7 days. And then let me just address all these people up in my comments. So yes, I am advocating for Gary, Indiana. Yes, most of the surrounding areas in that area are without power. But there's also that most of the surrounding areas, most of all of y'all have the resources. Y'all have the pensions, y'all have the checks, y'all have the jobs, y'all have the stores, y'all have the shelters, y'all have everything that y'all fucking need for a disaster. Y'all even already got the notices about y'all disaster relief for y'all cities. And what does Gary, Indiana have? We come to y'all stores, y'all tell us get out. We ask y'all for help, y'all tell us help ourselves. Y'all want to keep on talking about how the NIPSCO truck was injured in Gary, but y'all don't talk about the rest of the stuff that's going on. Y'all didn't see that them little kids of another color breaking in people's houses? Like it's just blowing my mind. It's not even blowing my mind, but it is blowing my mind. Like y'all just blatantly put this shit up in our faces. Like fuck y'all, we don't care. And I'm just saying this purely off of what, like, look at my comments, y'all. These are the people that work in Hammond and Portage and Dyer. These are the teachers. These are the grocery store workers. These are our train workers, our motherfucking importers of our food, saying this stuff about us, y'all. They are literally upping the prices on everything, from the gas station people to the motherfucking generators. Like, yes, supply and demand, but it like, y'all literally talk down on us on how much we don't have, and then y'all don't help us and tell us to help ourselves. In Gary, we literally gathering at churches, in our own communities. People are buying generators for a whole complex to share. And in the surrounding areas, y'all are in y'all homes with single generators for your whole family. Y'all are more worried about the Wi-Fi for y'all kids and turning on with y'all generators than helping us. Y'all cities have dropped showers. Y'all done dropped like all types of stuff. Like, and they talk about a fucking community. This shit is crazy.
Good morning, America. Today makes day 7 of the blackout in Gary, Indiana. Right now, I'm sitting in line for a food voucher because I don't have any food, and this is like really terrible. They making us stand in line for a food voucher, which is only $150. And if y'all could see this line, this is really ridiculous. Gary, Indiana, y'all need to do better. Like, for real, for real. Look at this line. Ooh, cuz, you're gonna be in the video. Yeah, move your body. This is just the back of the line. But yeah, like I was saying, day 7 of this blackout in Gary, Indiana. Lord help us. I'm tired of not having no lights, taking cold showers, not being able to get no air, sweating like bullets. Where's FEMA? We need help. I'm sending out SOS. And that's it. Gary, Indiana.
I just wanted to show y'all how dark it is in Indiana right now. We are currently day 7, no power. Don't even know when our power is going to be restored at this point, because the time keeps changing. But let me show y'all how dark it is. There we go. Completely dark. It's not safe. People are breaking in people's houses and everything.
They have every right to be concerned because it's been 7 days and there isn't any electricity. And as you know, electricity is needed for supply oxygen tanks, hospitals, you name it. And also it's a safety concern because people are breaking into people's homes, and it's a safety concern. So I truly hope that power will be back restored soon for the people and all will be well, because I know it can be tough not having power, not being able to cook, not being able to, store food, especially now in these times. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and remember to like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.